how did you break out of that mindset and that environment where, you were told by your teachers, and, your environment that if you're not good at math, Satish, you're probably a dumb kid. How did you break out of that?
Yeah, I think I love the power of rock bottom. When we hit rock bottom, reality sort of kicks in, and some of us that are falling backwards in life, we don't
Hmm.
fall back far enough. We fall
Okay.
back just enough to feel the pain and complain and be in that negative mode, but you don't give yourself permission to fully fall back where now there's no more bullshit. You're
Hmm.
facing the reality of what life is giving you, and then you can start to work positively. So for me, that moment happened when I was 13 years old. Up to that point, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm a dumb kid, whatever, I'm stupid. Dad's gonna hit me a couple of times, and I'm not the smartest kid, and this is what my life is. And then at 13 in Singapore, where I grew up,
Yeah.
you had to do a countrywide national test, and the outcome of that test predicts and sort of secures the future in Singapore.
At
And
the
if you
age
do
of
good
13.
at the age of 13, which I didn't know, so I took this test, and we get this, uh, report card from the government of a little country that says, hey, Satish did miserable on this test. His scores qualify him to be a blue collar worker. And here's some of the career paths that he can start to consider starting age 14: garbage collector, your standard like construction guys and all these things. And I remember looking at that going, man, an entire country, like it's one thing for your family to tell you, oh, you're dumb, you're stupid. An entire country has just sent an official piece of paper to my home saying, this is your future. And I hit rock bottom. And I remember thinking, wow, like if everybody else has already decided the kind of life I want to live, where do I get to choose what kind of life I want to live? And so for me, the answer to your first question is hitting rock bottom allows you to sort of get realistic about where you are in life, right? And it doesn't mean you have to agree with it, but you got to get realistic about where you are in life. And a year later, we're in
Hmm.
Canada. My parents moved. They were ashamed of, the results and wanted to protect themselves and me. And we got on a plane. We come to a new country, and all of a sudden now I got teachers that are saying all the things about me. You're charismatic and you've got great creative ideas and you're a storyteller, you're a gifted speaker, you're an athlete. I'm like, who are we talking about here? Right? And
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
so when you're empty and you're all the way at the bottom and you're facing the reality of, I want a better life because you can't get any worse, then you are open to new ideas and new programming, however inspiration comes to you.
Hmm.
But when we're in the middle and we're telling ourselves a bullshit story and it's not low enough, you haven't
Yeah.
fallen back enough, your cup is not empty enough to be filled by other moments of inspiration. So for me, I was empty. I was already out. I told myself I want a new life. I was open to receiving inspiration. And I found it at the age of 14 or 15 in Canada. I found people whose words and actions showed me that maybe there's another version of me that is
Hmm.
possible. And if that is the truth, where I can now reinvent myself once, well, how many other times can I reinvent myself? And that literally, my friend, has been my journey of life hacking for the last 30 years.
Wow. Last time you